Your hat that you gave me, I wear it all the time.
I know, I love it. It was
The
like
crazy
free
eagle.
advertisement. Too bad I don't like sell them or no one knows what it means. Because there's nothing I can do with that advertisement. But
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Well, they can't Google if they read my hat. They can't Google it and see what it is, and they can't buy it.
Sure, but no, they can't. But like my brothers write me and they're like, Bobby Lee's got your hat on, man.
Yeah,
They're excited.
you should just sell it.
I know. Well, maybe I will.
Just fucking sell it, man.
Yeah, I will now.
T-shirts and hats.
Yeah,
Do you
maybe I
have
will.
deodorant there?
What did you say?
Do you have deodorant?
Do you need
It's not
deodorant
hard to
now?
You
sell.
have deodorant?
You
I
smell.
forgot to put deodorant.
No one can smell you.
It's
Baby,
gonna happen fast, you
stop, baby.
guys.
It's too late for that.
It's gonna happen.
You should have done that way before.
Annie says the host.
You don't want to do
Come on.
headphones. You don't have to do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Disinfectant gel.
I'm good.
Can you hear me from
Can you
here?
put the AC on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on.
You can hear me right now.
Clear.
Okay.
So
Can I
clear.
tell you guys a story of something that happened to me today that I
Yeah.
need your
But can we start the pod? You want to do it on the podcast or?
before?
All right, do pre it.
Okay, we'll do it during the podcast.
No, do it now.
You fucked it up.
It's always fucked up.
I
in the
know.
beginning, though,
You
right?
can't do anything
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, can I
always-
tell you guys a story then?
I was nervous by
Do you want to do it during the
For this?
Like, I did Mark Maron the other day.
Yeah.
How's
Didn't even
that?
bat an eye. Just like, like going in there, like, let's just talk. This one, I was like chugging wine.
Why does
before I-
everyone say that?
Yeah.
I don't know because I've just
But-
listened to you. I mean, I've listened to him too, but like,
Sterlin, I just want to say something.
Yeah.
That I'm equally as nervous because when I was like, he's coming. What do we talk about? I'm
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
to do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I get like internal sweats.
yeah.
So we're all in the same
I get
boat.
external sweats if I'm
yeah. She gets
I
extra.
I do too.
Sweat stash.
like
Yeah.
even when I was on Marin, like I was wondering if he's going to put this in there. Halfway through, I was like drinking his hot coffee. Like 20 minutes in, actually, I was like drinking his hot ass coffee.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I gotta have his coffee. And then I was just like nervous as shit, forehead sweating, and he goes, "Are you all right, man?" He's like, "You need me to turn that back on?" Like, don't fucking call me out.
yeah.
Like, don't call me out like that. Like, and then luckily it wasn't on there. But
Well,
I
that's
was
really
fucking-
nice. He wanted to check if you were in homeostasis.
But also, when I did his podcast, it was a feeling of dread because I knew how big it was. I know that it was like
Yeah.
a pioneer podcast show.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to be good, but I feel like I wanted to do it again. But
What's the one podcast you've been the most nervous to do? Like ever?
Joe Rogan.
I've never done it.
Oh, you did?
You have.
In the new, not in the new age.
Oh, yeah.
Not in the new age.
Yeah.
I did it when it was like the Wild West.
The Wild West.
Yeah.
I was never nervous about those. Probably Mark Maron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was nervous because there's like, Obama was there, and like,
Oh right. Obama
like
was
Paul
there.
Thomas Anderson was there.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
heroes of mine. It was like I'm sitting there and like, am I gonna have anything to say? And honestly, it wasn't until I listened to the podcast back that I was like, oh, like I sounded all right. Like it wasn't that bad,
Yeah.
Like, the whole time I was like,
You're gonna be terrible on this one.
oh, I'm sure. No, I
I
know.
can feel it.
No, I can feel it too.
I really want it to be bad.
Yeah. Let's make it bad.
So I'm gonna throw out some things to throw
Oh, yeah.
curveball.
Let's make it bad.
Curveball
For sure.
Yeah, you're terrible now.
Yeah. No, I'm also.
You're terrible now.
It's already
I just
failed.
unairable.
What if it's like the first like 30-minute long
Yeah,
episode?
Yeah.
Pulls out a hot coffee.
Are you gonna fucking tell your story or not?
Are you sweating?
Oh, you want to touch my armpits? Please.
I don't want to touch your imprints.
Your imprint,
Your imprints. I don't want to touch your imprints.
your armpit imprints.
Yeah. Let's just start and then do it. Okay, let's start and do it. Right, go ahead.
Five.
But we air all the stuff
So
that.
no on the story?
Fuck the story. Go ahead.
5.
Hey, no, wait. I want you to cleverly,
Yeah.
right, weed in your story. Not now, but somewhere in the podcast where we're not going to notice.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
The whole podcast, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, no, but
like jump rope.
You
But-
have to thread it. You
whole
have to
time.
thread it.
Sterlin and I are going to be like, that was the story.
Yeah, okay.
So do it like so, right, slyly.
Okay.
Right? And baby, this is a very important.
Pressure is on.
I know. All right.
Dave
all right.
Chappelle
So,
said it.
so go ahead.
5.
Speaking of Sogo,
That's not it, babe. Very funny. Very funny. Go ahead.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of TigerBelly. I'm your Slept King, and I am feeling, I'm afloat. I'm afloat.
Where?
Where? I feel like I'm afloat somewhere in some parade.
A body of water?
No, like one of those St.
like-
Patty Day, May
Oh,
Day.
Macy's.
Oh, like Rose Bowl
Macy's St. Patty
parade.
Days.
Yeah.
The Macy's St. Patty That's the Macy's St. Patty Day parade. And I feel like I'm one of those, those
Grand Marshal.
No, one of those inflatable things.
Oh, like a Snoopy.
Turkey.
No,
Weather
my own
blimp.
thing. Maybe just like the big yellow.
You do look like a weather blimp.
Yeah, just a gigantic yellow mass of something, and where all the kids on the side,
Yeah.
going,
Yeah.
"Mommy, what's that?" And the parents are like, "I don't fucking," you know what I mean? But I feel good. We have people in the room. We've got George and God, what a good friend.
That's a great haircut, George.
What you know what, dude? In a war, you and I feel like you would save me.
Of course you would.
Like, I get shot in the ass, right? George, right? And I feel like you would go through all the napalm and the bullets that you would carry me, and then you get hit in the leg, and you would still do a drag. You know what I mean? You're like that kind of guy. Appreciate it.
Would you reciprocate?
What?
Would you do the same?
No, because I just knew I would. I know I wouldn't be able to carry him.
Ah.
He's just a bigger guy. I just know my body, so I'd probably just do like, I'd be the priest. I put that little collar on and I
Give
just
him
do
his
this
final
and I go,
rites.
"Dear Lord Jesus Christ, please bring this man to, I don't know,
Home
prayers,
safely.
no, to the heaven." And then so I had a Jersey Mike sandwich, and half of it just came out. We got what's the matter?
It's okay.
What? Fuck
okay.
you. Fuck you. I love you.
It's okay.
So we got this guy trying to get me in your movie, huh?
Yeah. My fiance's movie.
Your fiance's movie. Tell her I'll do the next project.
Okay.
I've just been really busy doing network shit.
Hey, Dr. K.
And then we got my beautiful girlfriend, Khalyla. But we have a very special guest. So, over the years of Bobby Lee being an entertainer, right? I've sometimes done, some theatrical things, I was in the movie The Dictator, Harold and Kumar movies. Back in my life, I did Kirby Enthusiasm, this and that. I've done all kinds of different things. I've done game shows, as you know, Game On, right? CBS. And
Best dunk of all time.
best dunk of all time.
Is what they're saying. The kids are saying.
Yeah. So, but I've never done a project. So, don't say anything yet. But
I feel like I'm only here for for season 2. Right?
I want to introduce you. Okay. First, I'll introduce you first, and then I'll get into my thing. All right. So, what we have now is the showrunner, right, and the creator of the show Reservation Dogs on FX/Hulu, Sterlin Harjo. Give him a round.
Thank you.
So Sterlin, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I'm a big fan.
Yeah. You seem nervous.
I'm not. I'm not.
All right.
I mean, I did just peel the lid. I was like peeling things.
Oh, no,
I
skim
am
too.
nervous. I'm nervous about the show.
I'm
'cause
nervous. Now you made me nervous.
But I'm a fan though. Like,
Oh.
whenever when Bobby auditioned, or wait, you didn't audition. I just met you. Sorry,
Ooh.
he didn't audition.
Well, let's
They
go.
asked me to audition you, and I was like, no, he's a fucking king.
Oh. Ooh la la.
So we can't have him audition. I wrote it for him.
I know, but can I just tell you the way it went down?
Yeah.
I did have an audition.
You did?
Yeah, they sent me the sides for Dr. Kang.
No.
Yes, I did.
I didn't see anything.
I know you didn't, but
Yeah.
I did get an audition. I said I don't want to audition.
Oh, that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Not because I was too above the project. It's just that.
But you were too
in
above
my
the
head.
project.
No, in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah.
That's always everything that I get. Right?
Yeah.
Well, but I'm a fan, so I've heard.
I
this,
didn't know that.
I've heard this spiel, and I knew, and so I knew how he felt, and so I was kind of juggling network, and also I knew Bobby wouldn't want to audition because I've heard him say like, "Why don't I just get an offer?" Things like that.
Yeah.
And so in my mind, I'm like, "Fuck!" Like they want him to audition, he's gonna say no, because he doesn't think we want him, and he was literally the only one I was asking.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I got a bunch of auditions.
Yeah. Oh, for other Dr. King.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Ooh.
they were probably people you know.
And they're probably good. They're probably good.
Yeah, good. But like everyone was like, for me, not everyone, there were some great ones, but like for me, I wanted Bobby Lee disheveled Dr. Kang. You know what I mean? Like I wanted you to bring the edge to it.
Yeah.
And everyone was bringing kind of, I'm a Korean doctor to it. You know what I mean? Like I wanted it to be this like a backstory without having to explain a backstory. You know, this idea of like like what the fuck did this guy go through to land this job? You know,
right.
Like the most unsought out job for a Korean doctor. You know, And so I was just getting a lot of kind of straight up doctors. You know, and that's not what the role was.
Right.
Yeah. But then he wouldn't audition, so I had to.
No, it's not that. It wasn't because. Shut the fuck up. It wasn't fucking because it was like it's obviously.
Tell him the truth.
It's dumb on my part, and it's dumb on. I don't want to say her name.
Your manager. Oh, sorry.
What?
People just Google it.
But basically, it's like they know the way that what you're putting the earphones on.
Yeah, I just kind of want to. I feel like I'm not nervous anymore. I can just get it. All right.
So
yeah, okay, cool.
So this is how it went down. The way my manager tells me there's an audition is she goes as simplistic as possible. She'll go, Dr. FX. Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
That's the job, right? Without telling me who's doing it, what it is, you know what I mean? And when you read that, you go, no. You know what I mean? At the time I was
already caught wind of the trades, and I knew that Reservation Dogs was going to get made. So when I overheard through the phone her saying Oklahoma, I was like, "Which project is this?" And then
I asked her. I go, "Wait, who's doing it?"
Yeah.
You overheard her on the phone.
On the phone.
Yeah, she was next to me, and she goes, Taika Tukawiki. And I go, is it Taika Waititi? And she goes, yeah, that's it. And then when you said that, Khalyla goes, you have to do it, right?
I was like, are you fucking crazy?
You have to do it. But then I go, but then Abby goes, calls me back and she goes,
you just said her name.
Okay. Sterlin Harjo wants to talk to you. That's how we zoomed.
Yeah.
Oh. So we zoomed.
In between that was me watching all of these auditions because they were like, he won't audition, we can't do it. You know? And so I'm in my own turmoil going like, fuck. Like I'd been talking in the writer's room even, I was saying this, I wrote this for him. Like this is going to be his role. And I had to go through the motions of like, oh no, we're going to see all these actors because Bobby won't audition. It's offer only. And so I had to go through all these fucking auditions thinking like, fuck, I got to pick somebody. Yeah. And then in the end, I was just like, I really want Bobby Lee though, you know?
Yeah.
And to FX's credit and everyone's credit, they were just like, okay.
Wow.
Cool. You saw everything. Cool.
So also can I just say this? I was also on my way to go to Hungary for 2 months. And so to do Borderlands. And in my head, I'm like, I just have a lot on my plate. It had nothing to do with if my manager had said, it's Taika Waititi, you know, it's FX, I would have been like, yeah, I'll read, right? But I didn't have that information, just to let you know.
Yeah.
And then once I saw your fat face on the fucking Zoom, right?
That's what it was.
Yeah. Handsome fat face.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Excuse me. I missed an adjective. Right? You're handsome, glorious, fat face.
And cute. Yeah.
Right? And cute, right?
Cute.
But as soon as I saw your face, I'm like, oh, because when I think of showrunners, I think of, I'm going to just throw out a guy like Dick Blasucci, who was the Mad TV showrunner.
Yeah.
Like an older, shirt-tucking, kind of a business-looking guy. You know what I mean? And as soon as I saw you, I'm like, oh, that guy looks like, you know what I mean?
Well, the first thing I said to him was Slept King, right?
Right.
Just because I wanted him to know that I was a fan.
Oh, as soon as he did that, I was like, oh, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
This is going to be, you know.
Yeah.
So then I said yes to do it. And I have to say that, number one, congratulations. What a great show.
Thank you.
How original. And but number two, it's like I've never gotten, and I told you this outside, out of all the things I've ever gotten in my career, this is the most compliments I've ever gotten. I'll tell you how crazy it's gotten. So my neighbor,
We hate him.
we hate him.
We've been beefing with him for 2 years.
Right? Shut your dogs up. You know what I mean?
Like he Honestly, he sticks his head through our bushes. Like you see green, and then a white face.
Yeah.
And then green.
Yeah.
And he tells us to like put our dogs back in because they're barking too much.
Yeah. Or he'll go, may I make a suggestion to you, young man? And I go, what is it? Well, why don't you get a dog trainer? You know what I mean? Or whatever, right? So I avoid him. So yesterday, was it yesterday?
Yeah, yes.
I was out smoking a cigarette. And you hear the bushes, like, you know what I mean? As if there's like a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A velociraptor in Jurassic Park. You know how the bushes shake? That's what it was like, right?
Yeah.
And he sticks his head out. And I go, oh, God. I haven't seen this motherfucker in 8 months, right? I've been avoiding this guy. I go, hey, sorry, I was just smoking, right?
Why are you saying sorry in your own property?
Sorry,
I don't know
my
house.
house.
I never smoked.
Is it a white
there.
man?
Yeah, white guy.
Oh, yeah, that's
I never
why he said, I'm
smoked.
sorry.
Yeah, right. Because I've seen all the Karen videos. I don't know what happens. So I'm smoking.
Sorry.
So I'm smoking the cigarette, and I go, I'm sorry. I just smoke. He goes, oh no. I want to say, fine acting, young man, on that Hulu show, Reservation.
Young man.
Whoa.
And I go, really? Thanks. He goes, no. I mean, you got skill.
Wow.
And he walked right in the house.
So you've patched up
You
our
patched up our
relationship
fucking-
with our neighbor.
that's what
I
I'm
think,
doing.
yeah.
Bringing people together.
So I've gotten more compliments.
Fixing white people.
Yeah.
Then he dips his head back out and he's like, fucking take your dogs to training.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're gonna take a really quick break to share some of our favorite sponsors with you.
Okay, do it with me. Calm. You guys, Calm. Without Calm, this app, I would not be able to go to sleepy sleeps. Because we're partnering with Calm.
It's the #1 mental wellness app to give you the tools that improve the way you feel.
Clear your head with guided daily meditations. Improve your focus with Calm's curated music tracks. And drift off to dreamland with Calm's imaginative sleep stories. They also have really good field recordings there where I like to listen to chirping.
Which one's your favorite?
I like chirping, anything chirping.
I love the rain one.
Yeah. Anything chirps I like.
If you go to calm.com/belly, you'll get a limited time offer of 40% off a Calm premium subscription, which includes hundreds of hours of programming, and new content is added every week.
Over 100 million people around the world use Calm, so take care of your minds or theirs as well.
For listeners of the show, Calm is offering a special limited time promotion of 40% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/belly. That's go to calm.com/belly for 40% off unlimited access to Calm's entire library. That's calm.com/belly.
Sleep more, stress less, live better with Calm.
Calm. For hymns, what you get is what you got is what you know it. You guys, Hims is a wellness brand for men. I love Hims because I'm a man. All right?
Yep.
You've heard of us talking about the Hims, and they're helping us guys look their best.
66% of men start to lose their hair by age 35.
You hear me?
Yeah.
George
Yeah.
Kimmel.
George Kimmel?
Oh.
Once you've noticed...
Yo,
the
George,
naked
when your
hair,
hairline is slowly starting to move backwards,
Oh man.
right? You need to do something about it because you
best-
look ridiculous.
The
Yeah.
best way, George, to prevent more hair loss is to do something about it while you still have some time.
Come on, dude.
Why
Turn
did
to medicine and science, y'all.
Yeah.
Forhims.com is a one-stop shop for hair loss and skincare for men. It's time to write a new chapter, one in which you could possibly have hair.
Thanks to science, baldness can be optional, guys.
No snake oil pills or gas station counter supplements, prescription solutions backed by science.
Today, Hims is giving you their best offer yet. If you're not happy with your results after 90 days, Hims will give you a full refund. And right now, TigerBelly listeners can get their first visit absolutely free. Go to forhims.com/belly. That's forhims.com/belly. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. That's forhims.com/belly. Enjoy the rest of the show.
I want to talk about. So I go to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Right. And remember the first rehearsal?
Oh yeah, you were like nervous.
I was
like,
so nervous.
I was like, wait, what did I do?
Oh,
Seriously, because like
yeah.
the whole crew's there.
The whole crew's
And I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened? Bobby's like, I think you said it. Like it was like if you speed someone up,
Yeah.
like times 10,000.
yeah. That's what it was. That's what it was. And I stopped after the. Are you nervous?
I'm nervous for. I don't know why.
Why are you
It's
nervous?
crazy.
You do a table
I'm being
read.
honest- no,
You're
I'm
at a
being-
table read.
It wasn't
fuck
table
up?
read. Literally, it was like on. It was right before the blocking when you read.
Oh my
When
God.
you're just supposed to say the lines.
You're shooting.
All you got to do is go say the lines, and like you don't.
Yeah, fuck. All right, man. All right.
Yeah.
So what happened was I knew I was nervous, right? And I knew that once we shoot, I'm not going to do it that way. You know what I mean? I just needed to get it out.
Yeah.
But I could feel the tension because it's a small space, right? It's a super
really
small.
small. It was like
small
this.
space,
Yeah.
and there's like 80 people in the small space. I'm exaggerating, obviously, which is I know people sometimes take things literally, right on the show. So
Very small space.
yeah, it's a
was
small
small.
space,
A
and
lot
there
of
was
people.
probably, let's be honest, 12 people.
No, it was 25, 30,
All right, let's say 80.
Yeah.
You say 80.
Let's go back to 80.
85.
So it's pat, and I could feel after I did the rehearsal, like people just kind of, the camera guys doing the trying to do a camera, doing the camera thing. The sound guys, you know what I mean, trying to look to feel, you know what I mean. Like people are doing things. Shut the fuck up. And Sterling's kind of just peeking. His sweat's coming up. And I looked at him and I go, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't I say that?
You did.
I got this.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm not gonna
Whenever
do it that way.
Is there a break in between that and the final?
Yeah, it's like, all right, we're about to do a take now.
Because I remember him calling me and we were practicing how to say retina. I'm like, babe, retina.
Right. So, but then once I got the first takedown,
Yeah.
I was like, fine. You know what I mean? But it was,
Do you know what scene that was? Do you remember?
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It was the one where I was going, when I come out and I say, your son,
Yeah.
Oh.
bear, big bear, whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And then me going, the hunting, right? Was that scene?
Yeah, it was that scene.
hunting.
It was that scene, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, the whole crew kind of was like, you could just feel like everyone go, is that how he's going to do it? Yeah, and then like the first thing he did, like it was like before anyone, he just like looked at me and was like, I'm going to do it much better than that, or whatever we did.
yeah. But I did that when I was just in Hawaii doing an episode of Magnum. One of the takes was just like that, where it was just like, I just need to get it out, and then I knew that Gene was there, and Gene goes, "Don't worry about it. I already know, right?"
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's just I don't know why. I just need to hear it out of my mouth in the environment.
Yeah.
And then it makes everything focused for me, and then I can do it. But anyway,
I'm the same way though when we're shooting a scene, it's never as good as it's going to be when you're blocking it. And it's just like, or if I'm working with a non-actor that is not experienced, I'll have them do it just to do it. And then once you get that out, they're fine after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just have to get the first one out and you go, But like, I was never worried.
I know you weren't.
Yeah.
No one's worried. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that. Do you think it would be because I have some other jobs that I'm doing, and do you think? And I always get nervous the very first one.
Yeah.
And after I do, like next time I do Reservation Dogs, you said
Season
you would.
2, yeah, you're
you said
coming
you would.
back. Yeah.
But you fucking said you would. So
Promise.
you promised me that. Do you think that if I do a new job and I'm rehearsing, that I should throw that out there? Like, listen, I just need to get it out. It's not the way or do I just do it? I mean, I don't know what to do in that situation.
Honestly, I think people that don't even give it your all. Just say the words. Get it out, and then it's like you don't have to worry about acting. It's just like they just want to hear how it's going to be how it's going to sound, where you're going to be. You don't have to. You put like 20% on it, and then you move on.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I'm like, it has to be perfect.
Yeah. No.
And then when I think that, because it's so new in my head, what are you looking at, babe? Why are you looking at me like that?
Retina.
Are you nervous?
Yeah,
Retina.
like I have secondhand nerves because, oh God, I'm just so glad you didn't get that pirate show because I know how nervous you were about doing the pirate accent.
I know.
And you would have collapsed on set.
They
don't think
asked
I
me
would've-
to audition for that show.
The pirate show? Yeah. And but I know, number one, here's a fact.
Yeah.
I've never been fired from a job. Ever. Right? And I've always gotten it. Right? It's just the way to get there for me is a little different than other people. I see dudes that are just like, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, I'm happy for them. But for me,
But you did so good in the show. Like like in the
I
show.
killed it.
Yeah.
I killed it.
I mean, because there's a thing like that character
Yeah.
is based on real people. You know,
Yeah.
like when I went to a clinic growing up,
Yeah.
and the doctor there was a Filipino, and he had a family. This guy had a family and stuff, but like you're always like, how the fuck did they end up in
Here.
rural Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a bunch of Indians just surround, and they kind of like they adapt to the environment and and the people and everything.
Yeah.
And so it was like totally based on a real person. And it's also heightened and whatever. But like, there was. I feel like you were a little nervous. You're like, did I do an okay job? And I was like, yeah, man, it was great. You just came in and knocked it out.
Yeah.
It was very fast too, right? It was very fast.
But it's not that. It's your notes were clear. Once you said your notes, I was like, I don't know if people want to listen to this kind of stuff. Do you think people do?
Why not?
They do, yeah.
Who cares?
But the notes were very clear. It was like, once you go, your only note. What was your only note? Do you remember?
Slow down.
No.
Well, I forget.
Just play it as tired as you can.
Oh, that's what I said. Yes.
Yeah.
Slow it down. Play it tired. Yeah. Just be
Just play
tired.
it tired and I go, oh, I understand this guy.
Yeah.
Once he said that, I was like, I understand how to do it.
Yeah, because he's like fucking fed up, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And I gotta say this too, is we went to your premiere, okay, and ask anybody. I've never seen myself in a premiere. I've always gone to the premiere and left. I can't watch myself.
Yeah.
Right? This is the first premiere where I forced myself, right?
why?
Because I looked at Khalyla, we're sitting there, because I only thought you were going to only air the first episode, and I knew I wasn't in the first episode. So I was just sitting there watching. I'm not in this one. So I'm just watching it. Oh, that's cool choice. Oh,
Cool episode choice, Sterling.
I like the vibe. I like the vibe. Oh, the energy. I get it, right? So it's over, and I'm standing up. Everyone claps, standing up. Okay, I guess we're leaving. And then all of a sudden, they go into another one, and I know I'm in that one. And I sit down. And I go, oh, no. Right?
Oh, man.
Remember I said to you?
Yeah.
And I turned to you, and I go,
And I
you
said,
got...
stay the fuck over
you
there.
got mad at me.
Yeah.
It's like, don't embarrass me. Sit the fuck down.
That's what she kept saying.
And you felt good though, right? At the end, I mean,
No, after the first scene, I felt great.
Yeah.
Second scene, but then I left to go to the bathroom.
in the middle of your episode.
In the middle of the episode, right? And then...
Wait, what?
Yeah, and then I thought I took a long time, but then it's like I came back and I had 2 more scenes.
Oh, yeah.
So I just sat by the security guard, stood there, and watched it, and forced myself, and I went, wow, it's pretty good. You know what I mean?
There.
Because it got, what I care about is laughs,
Yeah.
and it got laughs. You know what I mean? In the thing, and what also helped me was the president effect. Is that the white guy with the white hair? Is it
He's not the president.
What is he?
Head of marketing. But the president was there too. I don't know who you're talking about. They're both white.
They're all white.
Yeah, well, a couple of those guys.
Yeah.
I think one of them was the president.
Okay, yeah, one of them.
He came up to me and goes, before the thing started, and he goes, oh, you're the doctor. Oh, great job, man. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, those guys were like, so nice to me.
Yeah, man. Everyone was like, it was gratifying for me.
Yeah.
Because I cast Bobby, and I pushed for it, and everyone was so happy. Like, I never heard a complaint. Everyone was very happy with Bobby's.
I don't want to talk about myself anymore.
No. But I also
feels-
like,
it feels
but I'm a big fan of this show.
I know you are.
So like, I feel like I've been through the journeys of like, like I'm just rooting from the side in Oklahoma, and hearing the auditions, and I hear about, and then I listen to Bad Friends. It's like the fucking commercial stories and all this shit. And to be able to cast them in a show. And, I'm a fan of comedy. So I would go to the Comedy Store when I would come to LA. I never lived here, but I would go to the Comedy Store. And that's where I first heard Kirk Fox, who's also in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kirk's
And
amazing.
He's amazing.
Fucking great. And like, no one can deliver a weird line like him, quite like him. you know?
Yeah.
And it's funny because, and I would see him, and his delivery is so different. And so he auditioned. He just had a taped audition that came in, and I cast him. And I saw Bill Burr a time or two, and all these people that ended up in the show.
Yeah.
Can't Bill Burr do like a perfect Okie accent?
He did a great Okie accent. I can't believe how good it was. Wow. He called me beforehand, and he was like, "Yeah, he's like, can I try something out on you?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like Boston guy. And he was doing an Okie accent to me. I was like, "Perfect. That sounds fucking perfect."
He told me, Bill goes, I was up at the store after he got back, and he goes, man, that was the funnest I've had on a set. And I go, yeah, how cool are they? He's like, that was so fun. That was amazing.
Yeah, he said that on his podcast. Also, I had so many people writing me. I didn't hear your podcast where you talked about it until later, but everyone started writing me and was like, Bobby Lee's talking about you on TigerBelly or whatever. And so I went and listened. And if I would have known you were like writing fucking limes around town, I would have like hung out with you.
Yeah.
What do you mean riding line?
The
Little
scooters.
scooters.
The scooters.
Oh, yeah. It was so fun.
I thought he was like seriously like reading his lines.
No.
Every single phone call was of him FaceTiming me while he was on his way to a steakhouse.
Dude,
on a line.
the best steakhouse.
Yeah, it's the Bull in the Alley.
Oh my God, that fucking place.
Yeah.
If you're ever in Tulsa,
Yeah.
you got to go to the Bull in the Alley.
And it's like, you know, if I would have known he was fucking, I would have been cruising with him. I thought like,
Well, next time, now we know each other
I'm gonna
better.
leave this like method actor alone.
What are you talking about?
He's like reading his lines, probably wearing his.
never
he's
read
like
them.
Watching doctors' fucking shows or whatever. Just,
I was
fucking, just liming around, fucking talking to locals.
It was so fun.
So many people I heard later go like, "Yeah, Bobby Lee was just writing a."
Yeah. I was zipping around town and I just felt how free it was. Because you have to understand, because I was in quarantine. Obviously, we all were for so long, COVID and all this.
Oh, that was your first real
Yeah.
trip.
It was my first real. I mean, I had been to Hawaii a couple of times, but it's like, you know, what I mean, that was that was on lockdown and this and that.
It was
right?
the first restaurant you ate at.
That was great. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they had the little things.
Yeah.
Plastic things.
Yeah.
I want to go into now. Oh, that was
The
sandwich.
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's. Sorry, babe.
It's okay.
Ooh, that one had the fucking vinegar.
Fucking,
Mike's Way, baby.
there was
Mike's Way.
fire in
Yeah.
that one.
Okay, I'm ready.
Have some agua.
I'm fine. You know what? I'm fine. So, what
Not
are you looking
Red
at?
Bull.
I want you to choke.
You don't want me to?
You look like you're choking.
I'm fine.
Okay.
So, how did the show go about? Like, let me just see if I got this straight.
Yeah.
You're with. Okay, you met Taika Waititi. Let me see. 20 years ago.
Yeah.
For Sundance,
Yeah, we were at the Sundance Labs or
Labs.
the Sundance Film Festival together.
and they had some sort of like a group of native writers and producers.
We were all showing films. We all had short films at the Sundance Film Festival. And like anything, like comedy or whatever, or like the Asian community, the Korean community, once you kind of have your people. And,
Right.
we had like this little subgroup of independent filmmakers that kind of gravitated towards each other. And it was indigenous filmmakers from across the world.
Amazing.
And Taika and I hit it off. I think the first time when we first met, we didn't like each other very much. I thought he was an asshole, and I was from fucking the country, and I'm here in LA, just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I remember we were at a party in the hills at some director's place, and I had a 18-minute long rough cut of a short film, and I decided that it's a good idea. I was drunk, and I decided it was a good idea to stop the party.
No,
Swear to God, I get chills when I think.
I'm
about this.
embarrassed for you.
I get chills, and I get chills when I think about this.
You never do that.
It was like up in these hills somewhere.
How
And I
embarrassing.
was like, fucking, I said, hey, can I show my short film? A rough cut.
a rough
cut. This guy had made like A Knight's Tale or some shit. Like,
wow.
they weren't like, these were people that actually did shit. And like, they were like, yeah, you want to show a rough cut? I was like, yeah, I got a DVD. And I pull out a fucking DVD, and it was 18 minutes long. This film ended up being 12 minutes by the end.
Oh, right,
That's how much bullshit I
down.
cut out
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
So I have an 18-minute cut. They don't
What
have
gave you the balls?
I don't know. Naive. I don't know. I was drunk. And they didn't even have the right chords hooked up. So he had to go fucking find the chords, stop the party, find the chords, turn the music off, rewire all his shit
my God.
to play my DVD. And I'm just sitting there with my drinks. It was like, yeah, like looking at everyone's face while they sit there for 18 minutes. Taika's over there just like, what a fucking psychopath. Like,
Wow.
and like I made people sit through that for 18 minutes, and then I lost my car in the hills that night. I remember I had somebody drove me around till 4 a.m. trying to find me. I woke up. It was like the best first LA trip. I woke up the next day in a seated position with like In-N-Out wrappers around me, just fucked. Like LA had like spit me out.
Wow.
Just had spit me
Did you
out.
get any feedback about your
Dude,
rough
they
cut?
all were just nice, but in hindsight, I know.
Yeah.
That they didn't like it, and that was the most embarrassing thing that I could have done.
That's like if I'm at a party with like a bunch of comics.
Yeah.
And an open micer's there. And the open micer stops and
I was
goes,
an
hey
open
guys,
micer.
guys, I have a new 10 minutes. Right? And we're all like, we're partying, man. He's like, nah, so get me a mic.
Yeah.
Get me a mic.
Scrambling.
So
Get me a mic. Get me some, you know what I mean?
I'm sweating.
A speaker, right? And then him setting it up. And we're all standing there with our drinks, you know what I mean? And he does 10 minutes of like just okay shit, right? But we're just like, and then when he leaves, that's all we talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That piece of shit.
that is
You were that-
exactly
You were the open micer.
I was
You're
an
that
open
guy.
mic piece of shit. For sure.
Well,
and so Taika obviously didn't want to be friends with me.
Oh,
and it took a
because-
while, and then we were at Sundance together, and then we became friends. And really, just I traveled with him through New Zealand. We just became really good friends. We never tried to like work. I never, and I watched his star rise. Right?
Yeah.
He got Thor, all of this stuff, and but I never like tried to get anything from him. We were just friends.
I wanted to say Thor Ragnarok. I remember watching the first two Thors. The first two Thors were terrible.
Yeah.
Right. And then I reluctantly went to see it at the theater with my brother Steve.
Yeah.
My brother was like, "I don't want to watch that." Right. And when we saw Thor Ragnarok, I don't think Taika's listening, but
No, he won't be.
he won't. I know he won't
They're
be.
friends.
But I want to say
Listen,
that
nothing.
that's because we had seen his other movies, right? But it's like, especially you, big Taika
What's
fan.
my favorite movie of all time?
The one that was the '80s one. Boy, yeah, that's not the one,
it's
right?
a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. So, anyway, that was what a great movie. But so you I forgot what I was going to say, babe. But so
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok was great.
Yeah.
But I have to let me get back to the thing. All right. So you guys, how did this come about though? You guys. Reservation Dogs.
Yeah, so we. I thought there was.
Is everyone
I thought he was
okay?
following up. I thought he had another sentence. And so we were there. We were hanging out at his house. I just started working in TV. I was an independent filmmaker. I was literally like, how am I going to do this shit? I would come out to LA and they would be like, yeah, native shit doesn't sell. Like, do you got anything else? Like with a white lead? Maybe there's a white lead and there's a bunch of Indians around him and there's like, it's like Wind River. Where they're coming in to save the Indians. Like, could you do something like that?
Oh
It's like,
my
man, like,
God.
and so I was literally about to quit. I was about to start a nonprofit. I was just like, fucking give it up. And I got a TV job. And then so I came out here for some meetings, was hanging out with Taika, and he was like, hey, I have an overall deal. We were like hanging out at his house, having a tequila. And he was like, I have an overall deal at FX. If you have anything, like, let's fucking pitch it to him. And so I was like, fuck, let's do it. And we had read each other's scripts over the years and gave each other feedback. So we had similar styles and also like new scripts that had never been made. And we both had scripts about kids. And so we just kind of came up with the idea that night. And, I wrote it down, sent it to him a couple days later. And I thought, he's busy. I'll hear from him in like a year.
Yeah.
Like 3 days later, my agents called me and they're like, what the fuck is Reservation Dogs? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you just got an offer for a pilot.
Wow.
And I was like, holy fuck, like that's this Taika thing. And then I get a call from him and he's like, I just sold Reservation Dogs.
Wow.
And I was like, how? And he was like, a producer from What We Do in the Shadows. He told Garrett Bosch about it. Garrett called FX and was like, y'all should buy this. And they were like, okay, yeah, this is cool. Like because they'd never heard anything about natives that was fun. And also I've had way worse experiences than that. It's very rare, but like they had never heard anything about natives that was funny. And so they were in, and then we wrote the pilot and then the pandemic hit and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it happened fast.
So that's how much power Taika has.
Fucking huge power.
Yeah, he basically, because at the premiere, you guys said that he called FX because you have 45 minutes. Is that true? You guys have 45 minutes to make a decision.
Someone said that. Yeah.
Who said that?
No, Taika. I don't know who said that, but it was either Taika or Garrett Bosch said that to FX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody said you have 45 minutes to make a decision, or it's going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
To have that kind of balls.
Oh, yeah.
And that kind of power. I wish one day.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
3
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
But it's also like he didn't have to do that. Like I mean, as you know, like you try to get these projects out, and it's like you don't know if Hollywood's gonna want to do anything, and it's like for Taika, it's like a fucking gift to me that he gave me, and to be able to like, because everyone has thought that Indians are just fucking serious.
Yeah.
And just getting killed in front of teepees. And like to be able to just be like, nah, man, we're funny. Like our communities are so funny. And that's
So
all
funny.
And that's all we do is laugh, But like, I mean, as you can tell, I'm super funny, but
Yeah.
like
We got it, bro.
We got it.
so it's like to be able to do that, it was just like a big gift that Taika gave me,
Yeah.
I feel like I should name my next child after him.
Yeah, but I want to disagree with you. I don't think that. I think that.
Also, he left, and I never saw him again after we sold.
Oh, really? Oh, is that what
He let me do the rest of the work.
Oh, yeah. But I think that you did the work to get into that position. Nobody's gonna go.
No one's gonna champion someone.
Champion a guy just out of nowhere, right?
sure, yeah.
It's like, no, this guy, it's like, one time I got a call from Jordan Peele. This is when in the after Get Out and all that stuff. And he goes, he threw me a bone. He goes, hey, I'm doing a commercial, right? Obviously you don't have the audition. I want you in it. It's for me and Chelsea's wedding. And we'll pay you the most money I've ever gotten in anything I've ever done. It was like 6 figures. Just one day of work, right? And the next thing you know, I'm on set and I'm doing it. My point is that like, guys that, what's great about this business is guys that you're friends with that blow up and know the work that you've done and the dedication and the years of struggle and this and that. The good guys that blow up, right, will bring their friends up with them. You know what I mean? Like, I hope in one day I'm able to do that for somebody.
Yeah.
Well, just to pull somebody up. You know what I mean? And that's what Taika did, but it's not, you deserve everything that you've gotten.
Yeah, and it's like with the show, I mean, my friends directed every episode. My friends wrote every episode. So it was like being able to like pay that forward and bring up, it was all native writers.
Yeah, that was,
all
was
native
it's like
directors.
all the writers were native, and they were not just native, they were like, cool. Like,
I think you're gonna say like they were Navajo.
no. No, but they were just like, we're all essentially the same. We're all Americans, you know what I mean? And we all dress the same.
Yeah.
We're all into the same things. It's like at the end of the day, it's like they're just cool kids that would be TigerBelly fans or Bad Friends fans or Trash Tuesday fans. I mean, they're just people that but it was just like really cool that the director was native, everyone was native, you know what I mean? And the crew too, the cameramen they all did Love. Judd Apatow's
right.
Love, right? And so that's also what made me comfortable is I know they know me. You know what I mean? I knew them in that way too because they had. So
the writers' room. We watched what stand-up was available because you don't have.
I don't have any. Yeah.
Yeah, but we watched what was available.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, we didn't have much. Just early.
Yeah.
With spiky hair and like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched those, and then we would watch clips from shows that you were on.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Because we were writing this character.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I just wanted them to know who you were if they didn't know you.
Oh, right.
Because it was all Zoom, so we would kind of show videos and clips
Right.
and stuff just to kind of inspire us or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have that part on lockdown. I know who he is, all right?
You have what?
I have Dr. King on lockdown.
Oh, yeah, no, he's coming back. Like, I have so many ideas for Dr. King.
Yeah.
I said I wanted to do a sex scene with Dr. King.
Speaking of sex
Awkward
scene,
one.
Yeah, what?
Oh.
There was a sex scene today at the parking lot of the Rose Bowl.
What?
And it involved me.
This is the story.
Story. It is.
You know what? That was good.
It was a good
That wasn't
segue.
good
It was
because
a
I
good
caught
segue.
on to it.
But
Yeah.
we didn't know it
Wasn't
first.
Gotta try it.
I got onto it.
I can't tell the story. You
Out
gotta
of
try it.
wait. Out of nowhere, speaking of sex, is an obvious, babe.
All right, let's move on.
Let's
No.
try to incorporate it in a different way, okay? But you're telling the story.
I'm interested.
All right, tell the story.
I'm
babe.
interested in it.
There's
No,
way-
because it's not the hype is not gonna match the story.
It doesn't matter. You're doing it, and you're going
Yeah.
to commit to it.
I
So
just need
anyway,
you
let's.
guys' advice.
All right, so sex scene.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want him to be in a sex scene.
My dream. You
Yeah.
know who I want him to be in a sex scene with?
Who?
Dave Bautista.
Oh, shit.
Okay. No, good. What?
Is Dave Bautista native? Is he something?
He's Filipino.
Filipino.
Oh,
And when that show that you really did an amazing job, really giving me a good pep talk, by the way,
Oh,
before
yeah.
I pitched it.
Did you?
And it worked in the sense that I was a little arrogant.
You're too arrogant. I fucked her up.
No.
Oh shit.
No, everyone that was involved with that pitch saying it was the best pitch they've ever heard.
I
You
was really
killed it.
emotionally crumbling, and when you were like, they need
killed
you,
it.
you don't need them.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna care. That made the world of difference.
That's we have to think that way, because I mean, I think that this business was built. I mean, it's like when I first came out here, I didn't feel like I belonged in any room, and I had to, and it was just like the way I grew up. Like if you're native, you're like be humble, don't fucking talk too much. Listen to people. You'll learn. Don't try to own a room. And so naturally, you as a native, I don't think that we pitch well. We don't go into a room and, yeah, man, and fuck, you know, it looks like this, like fade in, you know, like we don't do that. You know, it's like, it doesn't come that natural. Yeah. And so, but I had to really, it took years of me going, oh, and then when the industry changed, when all of a sudden diversity was cool, I realized like, oh, they need us. Like they need us now. And it really took all of that for me to have the confidence to go in and just be like, you know, take it or leave it. Like, what do you know, like you want this or what? Obviously you don't want to be too much of a dickhead, but like.
I was having.
But you saved my life, especially that day, because you said that literally hours before I went in.
Yeah.
And I was like a mess before that. And I was like, okay, they need you, Khalyla, they need you.
They do, but the whole business is built on them not letting you know that they need you.
Right.
They make you think that you need them. You know, like that's the whole business.
And I was talking to Amy Hill when I was in Hawaii, and Amy was in Margaret Cho's show.
I love Amy.
Oh,
back in the day,
legend.
right?
Yeah.
Just her and I are having dinner at not Pig and the Lady, but Piggy Smalls. And we're eating fried chicken at Piggy Smalls, and I asked her, I go, I mean, what is it like now? Because you were there since the 80s, 90s, you know, and she goes, it's just easier. It's unbelievable how easier it is. And it's like, even in my own experience, I don't want to get emotional, but for the last 20 years, I literally walked around life going, you know, please, right? Not knowing, and I would doubt my own skill level. Like I always deep down inside know that I deserve more than I'm getting. It's that feeling that like, I know my skill set. I'm not Daniel Day-Lewis, but I know that in terms of comedy and what I bring to the table, my face.
Great left foot though.
Babe.
Man, you killed the momentum. That's beautiful.
yeah. But, did you see some sex at the Rose Bowl? You want to play games? Go ahead. Tell the story, babe.
Yeah.
Rose Bowl. Rose Bowl. Rose Bowl. Rose Bowl. Rose Bowl.
It's nothing. It was so dumb. I didn't even want to say it on the podcast. I wanted to say it before, but I went swimming at the Rose Bowl, and because of COVID, they don't allow you to change out of your clothes in the bathroom. Oh. So after my swim, I go to my car, I lift the trunk, and I'm doing a deck change. I'm getting into my dry clothes. I wasn't very aware of my surroundings. I'm not really someone that really cares about nudity.
Yeah.
So I accidentally, my towel dropped, and when I looked ahead, there was a man just standing there, and he looked right at my pussy, like right.
How do you
like
know
this.
it's not your pussy though?
But then the weirdest thing happened. His reaction was really
horrified.
Genuine.
No, like genuinely artistic.
Artistic.
He went into his car. He pulled out a flute and he started playing the flute in the parking lot.
To your
he's
pussy?
trying to fuck your girlfriend.
To your pussy?
It was like an old man. He looked right at my pussy, pulled out a
snake
flute.
charmer?
Yeah, he was trying to hypnotize you.
you see the clit like moving up.
This worked on the show.
Or he plays and the dick starts going.
His own dick.
Why was he doing that?
Yeah.
I have no idea, so I don't know.
Did he like keep his eyes locked on you? Grab the.
Yes, he did the whole time, and then so my sister was there.
Wait, stop.
Yeah.
Right,
It's crazy.
you drop, right?
Drop, and I don't care. I'm just like
That's
whatever.
fine.
Yeah.
He pulls out his flute.
He looks first.
Yeah.
He looks right.
Pauses.
Pauses. Goes to his fucking car.
Yeah, reaches for his flute.
Yeah, but the flute isn't just on the fucking passenger seat.
He has to
It's in a
make it.
casing.
He has to build
right?
it, yeah.
So he has to
This
connect.
pussy flute on.
Oh, yes. He has pussy flute on lockdown.
It's different. It's different.
It's different. All right, so he just grabs his passenger seat on lockdown, right? And and you still have your pussy out during the whole time?
No, I don't have my pussy out.
Why is it still out?
She's like, damn.
She's just like, yeah. What are you doing?
Get the flute out. Get the flute out. Get the flute out.
Honestly, but he leaned on his car this way, and he was playing it, and he was looking at me like this, like,
Dude, that is insane.
That's insane.
That sounds like.
That sounds fake,
insane.
man.
That sounds like.
ask Juliana.
Oh, really?
Ask my sister.
Oh, wow.
That sounds like the rooster on that old Robin Hood, where he's like playing. Like, how does that?
Yeah. How does that?
That sounds like a Disney movie.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, Yeah, so that's what happened to me today.
And so you pull your stuff out, and did you?
And he leans on the car and plays.
yeah, and he's looking like giving me direct eye contact.
Can I ask you another
Like, I'm
question?
I wish I
move-
could meet him.
Yeah, I want to. But can I ask you another
Yeah.
question?
Ask
Right?
him what was going on.
I didn't feel
Were you-
violated,
were
by
you-
the way.
Were you rude? Like after he was done playing, did you give him an applause break?
I threw him a 5.
Isn't he-
No, babe. I bent over, gave him a full shove
Yeah.
from the back.
You took the flute, stuck it in your fucking.
And then I played with his skin flutes.
if you would have set that story up and said finish it, I would have never thought that he would have grabbed a flute, played a flute to you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna say there are a lot of crazy things that happened in my life, but that's a memory I'll keep in my heart forever because I didn't feel violated either. I was just confused. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
we're having a concert,
Yeah.
Just a flute player.
I don't know how I feel about that. I
Maybe
feel
he
happy
was-
but sad too.
I mean, maybe he was already going to play the flute,
Yeah.
and then you're
then he-
That's a good point.
Yeah,
What if that's his thing?
at a
just
swimming
the
pool
timing.
parking lot.
The timing was
what
fun.
if that's his spot? What if that's his spot at
He does that
at noon
at 2 o'clock.
every Tuesday, Monday? He plays the flute there. You just happen to be your vagina was.
You're not special.
He's at
You're
home
not
right
special,
now, like,
baby.
he's at home like she thinks that I was playing to her.
Hey guys, we're gonna take a really quick break to share one of our new favorite shows.
Modern Finance.
Oh yeah!
Modern Finance.
Oh yeah! Sweetie, do you know what an NFT is?
Of course I do.
A Bitcoin?
It's a NIFT.
Yeah, he doesn't say the.
I don't say the full thing. I
He
say
says
NIFT.
NIFT.
The Modern Finance podcast, hosted by Kevin Rose, is a great place to listen about the latest trends in crypto and brush up on fundamentals, Bobby. Crypto
Yes.
isn't for everyone until you listen to Modern Finance.
But Kevin Rose is a good guy. He's a really good podcaster.
Modern Finance is a crypto show for the novice and expert
Modern
alike.
Finance.
Oh, yeah! Their mission is to demystify crypto without dumbing it down.
Yeah.
Perfect for you and me. Feel informed about your investments and don't miss out on the next big thing. Join Kevin Rose on the Modern Finance podcast every single week so you don't miss a beat.
10 years ago, some people called cryptocurrency scam. 5 years ago, people thought it was a fad. And now it's already over $1 trillion market and growing. The Modern Finance podcast helps you make sense of all the coins and chaos. Now is the time to equip yourself with knowledge of where things are going.
The financial landscape is harder than ever to navigate, but you don't have to do it alone. Download and subscribe to Modern Finance whenever you listen to podcasts. That's Modern Finance wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't be the last person on the next train out. Listen to Modern Finance and get ahead of the future of finance. Enjoy the rest of the show.
So now you have another thing. I don't know if we should announce it, but you have another big movie or thing. Or
It's been announced.
a
Rez
deal.
Ball.
Oh yeah.
So what is that?
It's a movie that I wrote with my friend Sidney Freeland that LeBron James's company partnered with us to make it, and we're making it at Netflix. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you meet LeBron?
He's probably not even read the script. I
I know.
People probably read it or whatever.
Yeah,
I haven't met him yet. I hope so.
Yeah,
hope I
so
get to.
it's funny with those production companies. They say it's like I had this one thing 7 months ago. It's Ben Stiller's production company, right? And they want to talk to you about this movie.
Yeah.
Right? So you think you're going to talk to Ben Stiller, right? And it's just like 9 white people that Ben Stiller has no idea that who you are.
Yeah.
Right? It's when you're big enough like LeBron James, you just have people doing shit for you.
I feel like Taika's that big, but because I'm his friend,
Yeah.
he has to hang with me. It's like
No.
no. Not that he doesn't like me, but
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
like I feel like if it was anyone else that wasn't close to him, he wouldn't have to spend as much time with me, because
yeah.
I mean, it's crazy watching your friend blow up like that. I will say that, because he's just a Maori kid from New Zealand,
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And to watch, because he's a genius.
Yeah.
And to watch, because I mean, like we were hanging out, first time we hung out, when we really connected, we were talking and we have similar backgrounds. And the song Under Pressure came on.
Love it.
Nice.
And without planning it, he and I stood up in the room and sang it to the whole party and performed it. And it was, David Bowie, I forget who was singing which part.
Yeah.
But it was just like funny. To this day, people are like, oh, Under Pressure went on. You should sing it, or
You
whatever.
guys did that at a party?
At a party.
It's the same party you showed your little movie?
No. I'd learned not to be an asshole
All right.
at that point.
So
And
were there other celebrities at the party?
no. It was all just natives. Oh, well, Cliff Curtis. Do you know who Cliff Curtis is? He's a Maori actor. He was in the movie Sunshine. Did you see that movie Sunshine, the sci-fi?
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
With Cillian Murphy.
Yeah,
Killian.
exactly.
I love that guy.
Killian?
Yeah, he's in everything. He always plays like
Cillian Murphy.
He plays like
So
an
many
Af-
races.
Yeah. He plays every race.
That guy's
Yeah.
amazing.
He made us dinner that night.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he had like a Maori sort of clothing on and just made this like amazing meal for us. And that's the night that
I
Taika-
love actors like this guy.
Yeah,
Play
he's so
every
good.
race.
He's played
in
every race.
everything. You don't really, he's so good.
The sad thing is, can he do that anymore? Like, will they let him play other races?
You might get canceled for that.
Yeah.
All right. What is he really?
Look at the
He's
mini-
native? He's really native?
He's Maori.
What's
Indigenous
Maori?
Maori.
New Zealand. Oh my God.
Maori.
I'm
Maori.
sorry,
yeah.
I'm a man that doesn't know much.
Maori from New Zealand. That's what Taika is.
Is that, so Taika's
Yeah.
a Mallory.
Maori, babe. Maori.
Why are you getting so angry with
Because
me?
there's no Mallory.
There's no L.
Maori.
Maori. Yeah.
Maori.
Yeah,
Let me just ask you about Maori people,
Yeah.
right? Are they indigenous to
New Zealand.
New Zealand?
Yes.
So they were there before the white people came.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Fucking.
Just like
tough.
the Aborigines in Australia.
Yes.
All right. That's what the Maori
Watch
people.
that whole thing on Kathy Freeman, remember? I made you watch it.
Yeah.
They do the haka. They fucking yell.
All right.
All
yeah,
Blacks.
Yeah, the All Blacks.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then in America you also can I ask you stuff like
Please.
ignorant stuff about
Yeah.
Please. I love it.
why?
No, I love your question.
Yeah. Please.
So let me ask you a question, and this is stuff I don't know much about.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I love it.
Is that obviously
is so exciting.
there's a variety of different styles of
Styles.
natives.
Genres.
Yeah.
of native,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Different styles from different regions.
Yeah.
Because back then they didn't have locomotives.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you had horses. And that was your prime mode of transportation.
Yeah.
Horses, right? Okay.
I mean, the Spanish brought them over. Yeah.
Oh, so before Spanish brought horses over, you guys ran everywhere?
Eagles' backs and shit.
Big ass eagle.
yeah.
So you have different
Alligators.
kinds from different regions,
Yeah.
right? So you have Inuits.
Yeah.
You have Navajo.
I'm Seminole
You're Seminole.
and Muskogee Creek.
Muskogee Creek. You have Mohawkian.
Mohawk. Yeah.
Mohawk, right? I'm thinking I don't know any of them.
Algonquin, Cherokee,
Cherokee.
Chickasaw, Choctaw,
Choctaw.
Caddo,
Right. So when
Pawnee,
–
fucking Lakota.
So
What do you want?
let me ask you.
Cheyenne.
Do you
Navajo.
think that back before the colonial people came
Yeah.
and destroyed this country, right? Is that am I going to get in trouble for saying that?
No, they destroyed it.
They destroyed it, right?
We
They
were just
destroyed
having
it,
sex. We were eating fruit. And
Right.
shit.
Right. But do you think that back in the day, before they came, if you guys had the internet, that any of this would have happened?
No.
Because you guys would have emailed each other and
Oh, fuck yeah.
and banded together.
We'd have been like, yo, here's the shit. And there were people that tried to say that. Like there was a guy, Tecumseh, that went around to different tribes and was like, look, man, the white people are coming.
Yeah.
We got to fucking stick together. And we got to fucking get together and fight them. But it didn't happen. But
Why?
if we could... Well, you got to also understand, like, when they first came, it wasn't like a fast thing. It wasn't like one day they showed up and then there was a big battle.
And, there was
and we
and
lost.
then there was Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly. It was like when they first got here,
Yeah.
sickness came with them.
Right.
And we were like, they didn't wash their ass. And like, we're getting sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, everybody's getting colds,
Yeah.
And so something like 90% of the indigenous people were wiped off
From
the face of the
smallpox.
planet. The 90% of the indigenous people in the Americas were dead.
Because of disease.
After the first like 100 years of
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God,
yeah.
it's so sad.
Yeah.
So then, sorry, I shouldn't have ate that sandwich. But what I would have done, so
Disrespectful.
gone to different tribes and people and said, let's band together. Also, another thing, I think if you had gunpowder,
Oh yeah.
it would have been different.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's another fucked up thing is
Yeah.
just the type of weapon.
Can you
Because
imagine though, like you're sitting there and like you're fucking hanging out. Like my people, right? We were like by Florida and Georgia and you're just hanging out and all of a sudden there's fucking boats
Yeah.
in the distance. Like, what the fuck is that?
I would be so petrified.
It would be so scary.
I'd be so
Because you've
scared.
never seen someone that looks like that.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like,
pale.
all of a sudden gods are coming. It's like, that's all you would think about is like their spirits or like something. It's like,
Right, yeah, or because they're pale. And they're also probably taller or no?
yeah,
Do you think they're taller?
maybe.
Yeah. They're all kind of
Everybody's
like,
looking at George in the
Yeah.
He's all tall.
Yeah. I think if they all look like him, they'd be like, oh, fuck it.
He produced our podcast.
yeah. There are probably ones that look
funny
more
things to say.
terrifying than him. If it was like 1,000 of these, they'd be like, oh,
But just imagine those boats approaching.
oh, it's so scary.
like what the fuck?
So fucking scary.
And then it's like, and then all of a sudden they get off, and at first I think they were trying to be cool. It was like, oh hey, like let's trade. I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden you like catch a cold that night.
But do you think that wasn't on purpose? They just,
What?
I mean, they didn't purposely get you sick. They just happened to carry these
Well,
diseases
until they
immune to.
realized they could get you sick, and then they started giving out smallpox blankets and purposefully killing tribes of people. Like that was after they learned that we didn't have the antibodies to kill these diseases. And once they realized like, oh, we can kill them in another way, they started handing out smallpox blankets and saying like, oh, we're, stay warm.
Yeah.
No Pfizer.
Yeah.
I have two questions for you.
Yeah.
Do you hate the movie Last of the Mohicans?
No, I love it.
Well,
I
I know, but the Last of the Mohican is a white dude. They always whenever they make a movie like The Last Samurai, Last of the Mohican, it's always a white dude. That doesn't make it angry?
Yeah, but you have to like realize that we had no movies to grab hold of.
Oh, that's
like
right.
we had no representation of it. Most of them were John Wayne just shooting us off a horse.
Oh,
and so
right.
like all of a sudden it's like, what? Like
Yeah,
Daniel Day-Lewis is white, sure, but like he was also adopted, so we can get by that. Because we did adopt people. And so then you're like,
Well, that premise, let me ask you about that premise, right? Let's just hear me out, all right? All right. So it's like, we know what the white man is doing to our land, right? So a couple of native guys are walking around. They see a fucking white baby. You think they would adopt it, or do you think they would have done something else?
No, they did.
In the movie, they adopted, but in my head, when
But
I'm
you're
watching,
saying historically they did adopt.
no, they would.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah.
I don't know. If they're like ripping up my land, I would do something else, like throw it like a football or whatever. You know what I mean?
Just punt it.
Yeah.
No, but there's all these accounts of like white kids being
cool.
kidnapped and adopted.
Oh, that's
and then,
cool.
And then they would never want to go back. Like then the white people would come and like steal them back, and then they would escape to go back with the natives because they would rather live with the natives.
Oh, that's cool.
Because we treated them better.
Now, let me ask you another question.
But Last Time Mohicans is a good movie though.
It is a pretty good movie. And one of the best actors of all time.
Yeah, you know. No deny.
And also, there was a lot of characters in it that made them native people look.
And that
very
moment
human.
where the white girl just jumps off.
Oh,
So
yeah, that was
So sad.
So heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And Wes Studi, who's in Reservation Dogs, he's the bad motherfucker Magua in there. There's like, he's fighting at the end.
Oh,
shit,
that's
killing
right.
motherfuckers. Well, he's like a comedic character in our show.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
him.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking
Yeah.
realize it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so much nicer to the guy when I see him. And then, so let me ask you this. No, I like him. Yeah. So there's a theory, right, that most people think that native people came from Asia over the years.
Your mom believes this.
Oh, the land bridge.
Right, the
Yeah.
Bering Strait,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That Asians crossed the Bering Strait, came down Alaska, Canada, and infiltrated the Americas, right? And that's how native people were, you know what I mean? But there's another theory where it started in America
Went back
and
up.
they went the other way. So Asians, Chinese are really descendants of native people. What's your theory?
But if you look at
Get it
my
right.
DNA,
Yeah, exactly. I think we went up that way, but I also think it was both ways.
I think
I mean,
that-
you could go hang out in New Mexico
yeah.
and fucking wear the right clothes, and people would be like, cousin, like,
Yeah.
Cousin Bobby.
Well, also when I go, I've been, done shows at reservations or casinos and stuff, and I've had native people come to the show, and there's always a sort of a familiarity,
like
almost.
uncle.
Yeah. There's always a good vibe,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, about it. And when I was in Oklahoma shooting your show, I was literally, because I had these fucking such weird ideas about Oklahoma
Yeah.
beforehand. Like it's like ultra right wing,
Yeah.
ultra like sterile, and then when I was
Yeah. What was your
zipping around the town and looking and talking to people and this and that, they're just people. There's hipsters there.
Yeah.
And cool fucking people.
Yeah.
And I just like the whole like Oklahoma vibe. It's like, and I didn't realize that this is how dumb, but I didn't think that there was gonna be a lot of natives there. But I guess that's where a lot of natives are.
Yeah. What did you think?
I thought it was just a bunch of truck drivers.
No, but I mean,
and
what'd you
loggers.
think? What'd you think when you got there? Like,
Oh, whenever there are places where I go and I'll just think, oh, I'll never come back here again. But there are places.
Jillian dressed you too, I think.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah.
And there are other places that I go and I'll go on Redfin.
Yeah.
whenever I'm in a town and I hit on Redfin and I want to look at property,
Oh, yeah.
that means, I would live here.
Yeah.
So I look at how much the houses are, this and that. Not that I would buy a house there, but I'm just saying that.
No, you should.
Yeah, but it's like, it's a really cool place. And what's that steak place? That
I think you went to Bull in the Alley.
Bull in the Alley, right? What's great about it is you zip down, you go down this alleyway, and there's no sign.
No sign. Yeah.
At all. So then I was like asking people, where the fuck is, I'm screaming.
Is that how you ask?
Yeah. Anyone fucking know where this, right? And they're like, right there, it's like this kind of barn green door. You walk in, and I've had a piece of bacon. What's so funny?
Because I heard the podcast where you said it was the best piece of bacon you'd ever had.
I've had.
That's all he did.
He said he
sent me a
yelled
text
or
of
something.
bacon.
He said he yelled out loud.
I've had bacon all my life. All right. I would have to say that I'm a bacon man.
I mean, you're Korean, so
What does that mean?
pork.
Spam?
Because you're so good at pork.
Yeah.
You're fat.
I'm fat.
No, no.
Fuck you.
No, he said pork.
Don't
Yeah.
use me, man. That was on you.
He said pork.
You tried to use me.
There's nothing about you, man. Right? Right? You ain't no Olympic swimmer either, fucker. Your body is
Let me
fucked.
take my shirt
And when I saw you coming up on fucking my driveway, I'm like, look at that body. You know what I mean? I would have to even say
No,
that
that's
your
what
body
I
is
love.
worse than my body.
The first time that I talked to him, it was great because he goes, it was the first time he saw me not on a camera, and he goes, "You're native, your body."
HR?
That was great. Yeah,
Are you like when you walk around? You live in Tulsa or Oklahoma?
Tulsa.
I mean,
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
wait. So my bad.
Let it ride.
Let it ride.
baby.
Let it ride.
Yeah.
As you live in Tulsa?
Yeah.
Are you like when you walk around, people know who you are?
Yeah.
You celeb.
Yeah. You're kind of like a
Mayor, like the mayor.
You're sort of like, yeah, but I know. So next time I'm there, is there any way one night we could eat somewhere? Or?
I would love to take you out. I mean, like, casting you, I'm going to say something serious right here because I just like fucking am a fan. I'm like a big fan of you.
We're friends now, though.
Yeah, and I wrote that part for you. Not just because I've heard your struggles.
Yeah.
But like because I'm a fucking fan. It's like, and also like the acting. Like I liked your acting a lot, and I wanted you to put to put you in this show, and writing for you was super easy. That's why I added like San Diego, like all this stuff was in there that was like totally catered to you.
Yeah.
And my hope was that Bobby would read the part and go, but also I'd heard, he had also said that he doesn't read the scripts. And so I was like, man, I hope he reads this because like I think he'll know that I am a fan of his.
Yeah, I should have read it. But I'll defend myself. At the time, I had so much going on, right? I did. I had so much going on. And it's like, I do audition for things. And anyone listening right now that's a showrunner or whatever, I audition. It's just at that time, I was going out of the country and I was stressed out. Anyway.
Wait, you want to hear something that's going to break your heart?
Yeah.
Wait, tell me first.
Yeah, whisper it on the mic.
No, it's not that big of a deal.
What is it?
It's not
No,
that big
say
a
it.
deal.
Go ahead.
Bobby is not a fan of Heartworn Highways.
Oh, really? Yeah.
What's Heartworn Highway?
The documentary.
The documentary with
Guy
Townes
Clark and them?
Vincent, Guy Clark.
You hated
Steve
it?
Fucking
Burrell.
stupid that you said. I'm sorry
Why
for
did you
getting
hate that?
Shut the fuck up.
I was like, hey, watch this.
No. She goes, this is what she says. She goes,
I love that movie.
Mm.
I'm sure it's great.
Me too.
You fucking idiot. You fucking throw me on the bus.
Defend yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to defend myself right now.
He just said we were friends. Too.
Anyone that
I
says,
know.
any asshole that says, not you, but yeah, anybody that says, hey, you want to watch a documentary on YouTube? It's like, in my thinking, it's like, oh, they can't release it anywhere else. That's why it's on YouTube.
No, I just said it's old.
I know. I'm just
Around
saying.
for a while.
I'll watch it if I can stream it on Netflix, Hulu, or fucking Amazon, or I can buy it on iTunes.
Distribution.
I refuse to watch it, a documentary on lo-fi
But
on
you
fucking
love
YouTube.
music.
I love music, and I'm sure I'm going to love the documentary, but I'm fucking spoiled in that way. Get me HD, baby.
Because you were like, one of your favorite ones is David Byrne, right?
I love Dave Byrne.
I love Dave
So that
Byrne, too.
whole what would you call that? Music documentary?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the other one with
Stop Making Sense.
Stop making
Yeah,
sense.
Stop Making or the one with LCD Sound System.
I love that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, you have to watch Heartworn Highways.
Yeah, and I guess what? I bought Stop Making Sense on iTunes, right? And I bought that fucking LCD sound system on iTunes, and I watch it in HD. If you're Heartworn You know, or whatever.
That's the other thing about Bobby is that he's a cinema fan. I've learned from
Yes.
like it's it's not just comedy.
Bro. I just saw. I rewatched. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I rewatched Ikuru.
Oh yeah, I watched that the other day.
Oh my
So
god,
fucking good.
so fucking good.
And I've heard you talk about that movie.
And I just
before.
rewatched Yohimbo. Mm-hmm. One of the and you know what also was a great one.
thought it was Yojimbo, but fucking bad at language. Seriously,
You might be right.
no,
It could be.
I don't
Yojimbo.
know.
I call it Yohimbo.
No, I think you're right.
Okay, well, you know,
You're
I am
Asian.
Asian.
You're Asian.
I am
said-
Asian.
I know. I believe you.
Right. And,
I was just making fun of myself.
anyone listening, you got to either Yohimbo. Though, what I loved about it is, I know it's a Kurosawa film, and it's fucking funny. The characters in it are so fucking. You ever seen it? So funny. There's so many moments of just like that one guy with the face that walks in.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
He's so funny. And then like I saw Hidden Fortress.
You've talked about being there.
One of my favorite movies
Fucking love
of all
that.
time.
We have a
The Reservation Dogs is like because I'm such a Hal Ashby fan. And
Oh, he's great.
And Taika is too. We
Yeah.
would talk about that a lot, about the humor and the emotions sort of with each other, and like Hal Ashby was like a big reference, and I love being there. It's
If
so
we
good.
have, we always said that if we had a kid, his name would be Chauncey.
Yeah, Chauncey Gardner.
Oh yeah,
Being there.
exactly.
Yeah.
So beautiful those movies, and they're human though. They're like funny, they're like emotional, but they're human.
Yeah, I think I don't want to. I don't want to say it because I'm gonna say something that's kind of gross. So I got the thing up. So let me ask you another question. You have plans tonight?
No,
What were you gonna do tonight?
nothing.
Do you want to eat with us?
Yes.
That was it?
Yeah.
It's not going to be fancy Tulsa bacon.
Was it like sugarfish or something like that? Like
Korean.
okay, yeah.
You go to Korean?
Yeah, let's do Korean. What? Yeah, he's in LA.
But he
We
has
should
his own
take him.
car, so it's like he should be around here. He has a driver.
I have a driver.
The driver can't make it to K-Town? What's the problem?
It's so far away. Let's just do something around
It's not
here.
that far. It's 15 minutes, K-Town.
We'll talk about it later.
This
not
is
on
riveting
air.
podcast.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later. I'll fight about it later.
Okay.
We'll fight about it
He's
later.
like, what am I?
Yeah.
Unhelpful advice.
Yeah, we're doing
He's
that.
trying to cut the tension. What are they arguing about?
We're not arguing. I'm just saying that. Let me just finish this argument real quick.
Yeah,
we can cut it out.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Let me just finish this up, right?
Yeah.
It's TigerBelly.
Anywho,
Go eat.
we'll talk about what we're gonna eat
You
afterwards.
know what I wish? You know what my biggest wish is?
Here we go.
Is that one day you play the flute for my pussy.
Could Dr. Kang do that in season 2?
Yes. Oh my God.
Flute pussy.
One day.
I'll do it. I know how to play the flute.
You do?
Yeah. I played the flute. That was the first instrument I learned.
And it was
Flute.
towards a pussy.
Yeah.
Well, dream might be realized after all. Go ahead, Gilb.
Also, how old was this picture? This is a really great picture of you. Oh shoot, I can't.
Oh,
put it.
don't even put that. Oh my God.
Oh my
This,
god.
you look so different. I was like
Yeah.
looking you
Awful.
up.
I
that
hate
looks like a
one.
native woman.
Cute.
I know.
I was like,
Yeah.
is that your
It's like I was
Hey,
telling
he's
someone.
amazing.
I was telling someone the other day. Literally, one of the worst photos
Right.
sessions I've ever taken was this. And this was actually my IMDb photo forever. I didn't know how to change it.
You
That's
know,
what I said. It's on
hang
IMDb.
Sterlin, Bobby has had so many emotional meltdowns over
my
his IMDb.
photo. I can't take it down.
And it's
It takes forever.
which one is it? It's
have
the
to be
one
a hacker.
from-
I'm like doing this weird
Breakdance
thing. I hate it.
You have to be a hacker.
And I've changed it. Like I've literally called him and been on the phone, just be like, "Look, he's having an emotional breakdown." They won't let me, even on IMDb Pro. Oh,
What?
That.
Oh man,
That's
so
my
old.
IMDb.
I thought I changed it for you, sweetie, but I was unsuccessful.
What trailer is that?
I don't know. Love.
No.
That's the trailer that's playing on your thing.
What? I'm not in that. Anyway, take that out. I hate that photo. Look at that.
We'll
Me grabbing my penis.
We'll change it. We'll change it.
Is that embarrassing? My photo?
No, it's not that bad, but it's like a younger you. It's like the older you.
Right. I'm a new vibe.
Yeah, you're a totally new vibe.
I have a new vibe.
Better vibe.
A way better vibe. I think.
Yeah, the beanie.
Yeah. I'm not
Long
playful
hair.
in that way. You know. I'm
You don't have gel in your hair, spiky.
all right. Man.
Diesel jeans.
So
Do the unhelpful advice.
Unhelpful Advice with Bobby, Khalyla, and Sterlin.
hello, TigerBelly. I am a 30-year-old Asian American woman, and I've never been in love. I've never been in a serious relationship my whole life. I have a problem with finding a man. I get asked quite often, but every single man that has entered my life has been unpromising. A little backstory. I grew up similar to Bobby, where my dad was a rage monster. I know I have commitment issues due to my childhood trauma, but I also developed a high standard for men in my life. I always grew up fearing I would meet a man like my dad and turn out to be just like my mom. So when I see this, it's a red flag for me. Do you guys think I should lower my standards in men and double down in hopes of falling in love? Or if I don't lower my standard, will I just be single the rest of my life?
I think it's a reframe.
So the issue is that she likes higher standard?
Well,
Yeah.
it's
I missed the first part. Fuck.
Hey, wait, you get it one time, now you gotta go off.
I think you should just reframe the way you're saying lower your standards. Even the way you use the word unpromising. I think that there's promise in everyone you meet, but if you go into the room thinking that he's got to hit all the boxes, you're not really allowing yourself or allowing, a relationship to ever, flourish from there because you're like, well, he's not checking these boxes. So you're not being open. And that's really all I have to say about that is that you can't have these
No.
Here's the thing, babe. It's like,
Nope.
if I were to just on paper, you're disastrous. On paper, right?
Wait. On paper, I'm disastrous?
Yeah, if someone
Oh, really? Okay, so
college
let's-
degree,
Hit
this,
pod-
that,
hit
this, that,
podcast.
this,
Let me-
that.
Yeah.
Pull up the IMDb
Yeah.
really quick.
When I
Hit
first met you,
podcast. Oh.
when I first
Even
met
then,
you.
it was bad. It wasn't bad.
But
I paid for every meal.
based on my standards, basically.
Oh yeah, I'm not fucking Michael Phelps.
No, even like the height standard of
Yeah,
5'4" you didn't meet.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have that. Why was that even in your thing?
That's what
so
I'm saying.
shallow.
That's what she might have.
5'4" is not a thing.
Exactly.
what I mean?
I'm trying to say that when I had coffee with you, I took that Criterion book and I was like, fuck this. I like this guy. Whatever amalgamation
This
of
red
fucking...
fat right here. This red fat right here has a beautiful girlfriend. You know what I mean? She didn't have a fucking list.
I'm defending her love.
Yeah.
She said I was handsome.
No.
You are handsome.
Thank you.
And he's got you on the height. What I'm saying is this. Look,
I didn't do anything. I'm your friend. I cast you in a movie.
His body's like lava coming out of fucking. Okay, it's like,
season 2, babe. Season 2.
my bad.
too.
It's like, look at that fat
Look
fuck.
at these muscles.
I'm kidding. I love you. But
What I'm saying
what I'm
is-
saying.
Why are you? I'm
not
agreeing
arguing.
with you.
What I'm saying to this lady is this. All right. Don't listen to her. Look at Sterlin and I. Okay. We look like it's an old joke.
Handsome.
No, we look like garbage bag full of oatmeal. That's what our bodies are.
But oatmeal is healthy for you.
Yeah, right.
Oatmeal's
We're
healthy.
just like globs, right? But we're creative. We're fun. We have funny laughs,
Yes.
right? And we support our lives through art, right?
Yeah.
And being creative, right? So it's like you got to change what you think you want.
Yeah, except do not settle on his character. If his character is shit, that's the one thing you should never settle on. But in terms of looks, his job, like tiny little things here and there, yeah, absolutely lower your standards because you'll meet so many. I don't know. You're just opening up yourself to people like Bobby, who's an amazing, wonderful creature,
Talented.
talented creature.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
When you look like that, you know what I mean, on the photo back then, and you were probably struggling. Were you struggling as an artist back then or
Yeah. No money.
Right. Did you get girls then?
Yeah. I'm a
Wow.
nice guy.
Oh, you're a nice.
You
guy.
seem like you've always been confident.
Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah,
you
you're a
know.
confident
I'm
guy.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a fun guy.
You gotta be fun.
yeah. I love this guy.
Yeah.
So any other ones?
A lot of them are honestly for Reservation Dogs. People just saying you were awesome in it in episode 2. Seriously.
I'm not kidding.
It's a
you.
hit.
Like, seriously.
My Twitter is full of it.
Yeah.
It's
It's the
incredible.
first time I've had friends
Same.
my age text
What do
me.
you mean? Like they're writing you about it?
Well, it's more like people my age are watching it because a lot of things that he's been on, it's just either not what my friends are watching. They're not interested in it. Like every friend group I've had, there's one person who's like, holy shit, why didn't you
Yeah.
tell me Bobby was in Rez Dogs? My friends from Hawaii, my close friends, every single person my age is watching it. And I really, really love that. It's people like you who
Okay,
need
but
to make shit that people actually my age want to watch.
But here's the compliment that was the best.
What?
Do you remember the story that I told you?
Yeah.
That when I graduated from high school, there was one guy from AA who was against the fence, and he came to see my graduation.
Yeah.
He Facebook messaged me,
Whoa.
and he goes, "It's been 25 years since I've talked to you or whatever, but I just have to say, you were great in Reservation Dogs."
Yeah.
My point is that dudes that I haven't seen in 30 years,
Oh, that's sweet.
you know, are reaching out, you know.
And our neighbor.
And this Saturday,
Seriously.
I'm trying to go to my 30th high school reunion.
In Poway?
Yeah, it's in San Diego. And I think I just shit my pants. But
that wasn't an accident. I saw you push.
Yeah, I saw your stomach move.
anyway,
Why are you grabbing your dick like that? The shit doesn't come out that hole.
can I tell you something?
It could be making its
It
way
comes
up.
out that hole.
No, just come on.
I gotta tell you.
But
Because that would be a fistula. That's not good.
Because you might have to cut this out.
Yeah.
But sometimes the tip of my dick smells, and I figured out why.
Okay. Continue.
God, this hurts my heart.
I know. I figured out why. So, what?
Talk about horrible on paper. This is why.
All right. I'll tell you why. I'm going to use this little guy, all right? Okay.
If anyone needs
I'm
more
gonna tell you why,
imagery,
right?
there you go.
So
Exact replica.
it's an exact replica of my penis, all right? Except mine has bigger eyes. So let's say this is the head of my penis, right?
Yeah.
Now what's happening is the skin around my penis is engulfed it.
What
do you mean?
Yeah,
Right? So like it's
You grew foreskin.
yeah, I grew foreskin over it. I had to undo it, right? So during the day, right, it cups it like this.
You're not circumcised.
No, I am
He's
circumcised.
circumcised.
He's growing.
For some reason, why the
Come
skin
back.
around
Came
the
back.
yeah, the skin around my shaft,
It's unnatural.
skin around my shaft is like gotten loosey,
Yeah.
right? Maybe I can get
Like a lizard's tail. Just
yeah, exactly.
Grows
That. Not really a lizard, but anyway. And so it's engulfed it, right? And I think the sweat and buildup and this and that has made it smell a little weird.
Babe, that's called schmagma. And if you knew anything about being uncircumcised, you'd know that you're supposed to clean that area
How many times?
all the time that it's there.
Anyway, thanks for listening to TigerBelly.
Check out Reservation Dogs.
check out Reservation Dogs. Check out Sterlin has a bunch of projects coming out.
So many.
We obviously
season 2.
season
Love
2.
these kids.
Season 2.
Obviously
look out for
season 2 is
Dr.
probably going to happen.
Dr. Kang.
Dr. Kang's going to happen. And honestly, dude, not only is it cool knowing you, and I feel like we're friends now, but I want to thank you for inviting me on to your show. It was fun. And it's like I love being a part of something that's special and that's amazing. And thank you so much, man. I had a blast doing it. I love the crew. I love those kids. And thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And
Bob. You're coming
give
back.
Sterling, yeah, you're gonna always do this. And anything you ever want to do, promote, you're always invited to my podcast. Okay?
Cool.
All right.
Perfect.
Give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Thank you.
That was amazing. I have to take a shit real quick and don't. Okay, don't.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I have to take a shit real quick and then we'll talk.
To take a shit.
Shukuluki muki salamat.